Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, baby. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana. 10 secret traps highly negative people fall into. Are you a highly negative person? Watch out. Oops, there you go in the trap. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So we talked about traps highly positive people fall into. Now it's time for highly negative people. Are you a negative person? A highly negative person? Now, I'm going to share with you what helped me along my journey. Once again, I realized there was a time when I was highly positive and it wasn't working. And there was a time when I was highly negative and that wasn't working either. And the secret was to become more authentic. Now, there are a lot of highly negative people you are going to run into. You might even be one yourself. Don't worry about it. That's why we're here to help. Now, I'm going to share with you what I learned along my journey, some traps I fell into in a period of my life when there was like a cloud above me. Whoa. And I was like, what the hell is that? Okay, and everything seemed really gloomy, doom and gloom. And there are traps around. And I'm all about becoming my greatest version and helping millions become their greatest version. So let's talk about the first secret trap highly negative people fall into and they don't even know it. This is the trap of always expecting the worst. Like something bad is gonna happen. Are you that kind of person? It hasn't even happened yet, but you're already drawing conclusions. And that was me in one period of my life. Like, I was like addicted to bad news. And because I had always been sometimes watching these news stories, I thought, gosh, the whole world is like this. The whole world is crazy. And a lot of highly negative people tune into negativity every single day consciously. And therefore, they always expect the worst. Instead of pronoia, which is when you feel the whole world is conspiring to help you, the whole universe, highly negative people have paranoia. And therefore, something bad is about to happen. Like anywhere you turn, like bad things are waiting for you. So what helped me along my journey was just to realize this. Where is the evidence? And you got to give life a chance. You got to give yourself a chance to realize that it's all up to you. The decisions you make will impact the kind of life you live. Slow motion this side. Let's talk about the second secret trap highly negative people fall into. This is the trap that, okay, you are a chronic overthinker. You're just overthinking. You are living in the mind and you have forgotten about the heart. Now, picture this. Many children, you always see them in the moment, always tuned into the now. And that is why they experience a lot more joy than a lot of adults. So children have big heart, small mind or no mind, right? Adults have big mind, small heart. And as you get older, a lot of people, their hearts grow smaller while their mind becomes bigger and they are living upstairs instead of downstairs in the heart space, which in essence is where our true power lies. So I realized along my journey, I was ruminating a lot, but you see, a lot of these thoughts weren't serving me. And a lot of people are going through all kinds of situations. I know it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But what helped me along my journey was to realize this. You see, a positive thought and a negative thought is always a choice. But we don't even realize we have a choice because we're so stuck in the mind. It's all about alchemy. You see, highly negative people aren't alchemists. These are the complainers. These are the people who feel they are victims of their circumstance. And for a long time I did. Okay? To the point where I thought only negativity sells. And many highly negative people feel that negativity is the only way forward because bad news sells. You see, because you've been overthinking for so long, the problem has become far more entertaining than the solution. Okay, ever been around someone who's just arguing all the time? Well, that makes two of you, but they just love focusing on the problem, drama, gossip. And when you give them a solution, they don't want to hear it. And the cat down the road is saying, listen, but they don't want it because it's no fun, right? So highly negative people have become addicted to lower vibrations because it has become more entertaining for them, not realizing that that's why a lot of people have psychosomatic illnesses. Psyche, mind, soma, body. Mind, body, relationship, right? Everything is mental. So I always tell people, if you are highly negative, it's affecting your health in a very negative way. And that's when I realized to say, oh gosh, this highly negative mindset I'm having, I got to step out of it. And we did. And it felt fantastic. Okay. But I'll give you a secret. When I started to make YouTube videos, it's very difficult to get noticed when you are helping people become their greatest version. That's what I thought. Then I realized this, no, positivity, authenticity is the most contagious aroma around, okay? We are drawn to authentic people. That's why the age we're living in right now is the age of the authentic being. It's away with the corporations and the massive companies. This is a time where anybody can get it. So you don't have to just focus on negative drama to grow. Look how much this channel has grown, and we're just having a great time waking up with a bunch of grapes in my mouth, right? Waking up with a bunch of grapes in my mouth. Now, the third secret trap, 7-day vegan challenge. By the way, the pictures you guys are sending me and ladies are sending me on Snapchat, I'm just like, wow, to see your food journey is amazing. Highly negative people don't have compassion. How do I know this? Because I used to be one in terms of when it came to food choice. I used to love a bucket of wings, some beef, and that's fine if that's your thing, but realize that what goes around comes around. And for me, I didn't want to listen to that until I had to learn the hard way. And I was becoming very negative based on the foods I was consuming. And because I had no compassion towards animals, guess what? I had no compassion towards myself, and I had no compassion towards other people. Slow motion this side. So when I became a vegan over 12 years ago, what happened? I started to see the cat down the road and said, wait a minute, all life is precious. So if I see a cow, surely a cow deserves the right to live just as much as the dog. And then it hit me that, okay, this is moving me out of this highly negative state because I'm having more appreciation for animals, right? If you are an animal lover, stand up right now and say, can I get a hello? Okay? And that's what moved me out of that mindset to become more authentic. Okay? Because I'm not better than anybody, especially not a pig. Okay? And a lot of highly negative people, once again, are drawn to junk food and don't realize that they say, for instance, I've met a lot of highly negative people, and at one point I nearly got into this mindset, which was, well, you're going to die anyway. You might as well eat whatever you want. Right? That's what we're dealing with here, right? And that is very negative because, you see, life is for the living. And when I realized a plant-based diet kale, quinoa, watercress, these were foods with live enzymes which were promoting my health. I created abundance just by changing my diet, moving me into a more positive space, authentic space. The fourth secret trap highly negative people fall into, and they don't even know it. You always look for the worst in everybody, don't you? Don't you? You see, the universe gives us whatever we are looking for, because life is nothing more than a projection of your mind. Slow motion this side. I don't trust anybody. Why? Because people are dangerous. You see, that is something a highly negative person would say. Based on past experience, bad things have happened to them. Maybe one person, okay, 2 people, 3 people, okay, 4 people, oh my gosh, okay, 4 people let you down, yeah? Okay, great. Now, you meet somebody else and you say, I can't trust this person because those 4 people are a representation of all of these billions of people on planet Earth. Yeah. You see, that's the mindset of a highly negative person. Due to bad experiences in the past, you now judge your present based on your past. So, for a long time, I actually believed I shouldn't talk to strangers, right? I actually believed I shouldn't talk to any strangers because I thought people are not to be trusted. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Now, that's a very low vibrational mindset. Now, when I talk of the 4 levels of consciousness, the drone archetype, the artist archetype, the alchemist, go and check out that video, and the wizard, you see, the wizard sees things for what they are. They don't judge people because, once again, when you judge somebody, you limit the possibility of what they can potentially be. We'll come to that later. So, what helped me along my journey was allowing people to reveal themselves to me. Do you know how many times in the past, sometimes I've judged people and then I've been totally wrong? Is that you? Yeah, that's a very highly negative mindset. Why? Because assumptions make bad conclusions. What? Say it again, Ralph. Assumptions make bad conclusions. And guess what? You've just missed out on a future partner, a best friend, and someone to scratch your back at night. I told you. Look for the best. When you start looking for the best in yourself, you look for the best in others. Now, the 5th secret trap highly negative people fall into is that you always look for the worst in yourself. And it goes back to being a chronic ruminator where you are always searching for flaws about yourself. Like somebody pays you a compliment and then you deny it the next second, like, no, it's not true. I'm terrible. You see, we become addicted to the sympathy vote. Oh, whoa, right? That's a highly negative mindset, to always be looking for what isn't working in your life. When you are always looking for what isn't working in your life, you forget about what actually is, right? And that's why a lot of highly negative people, they take things for granted, people for granted, and their talents for granted. So they end up losing them. Because if you always say, nothing is going great in my life, it means your focus is not on better things. Your focus is on the doom and gloom, therefore you end up creating your reality. If you look for flaws, probably chances are you're going to end up on the floor, right? And it's going to be harder to get up. I always encourage people to have a great sense of pronoia that the whole universe is going to work for them. I had this mindset that I am going to be able to do whatever I want. That was years ago. And guess what? I'm living it right now, and it feels fantastic. Pronoia helps, right? But if you look for the worst in yourself, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Slow motion this side. right? So always look for the best, and chances are you will end up feeling better about yourself and other people. Now let's talk about number 6, a secret trap highly negative people fall into, and that is this. You see, highly negative people always walk around with this simple mindset. They say things like, this is gonna end badly. You always think sometimes people are out to get you, right? So sometimes you could be talking to somebody and then say, they are out to get me. You feel there's a whole conspiracy against your life, right? For a long time I did. I was like ducking and diving, thinking, oh my gosh, they're coming to get me. I'm like, they would have been here already, okay? Look, if anybody is chasing after you, be grateful. They really love you, right? So number 6 is, you think everybody is out to get you. Sometimes we have interactions with certain people and we think that they are out to get me. So once again, even how you connect to these people, it's in a hostile manner because your behavior mirrors that sentiment. So for me, what helped me along my journey was to say, actually, everybody is working in my favor. I have no enemies. I have no haters, because the greatest enemy lies within you. Slow motion this side. Okay? So realize that simple secret, that nobody is out to get you. Okay? And let's talk about number 7. Highly negative people are always giving themselves an excuse for being where they are. They justify where they find themselves. Some people say, this is me. This is my life. I can't change it. Whenever you say I can't, you are already moving into a highly negative mindset. When you say I can, you are now allowing a possibility to actually take place in a time and space, thus allowing it to actually manifest. So for a long time, I was like, I can't actually inspire millions of people. It's like, no, there are just too many people doing it. That's a highly negative mindset. Thus, that's what was happening for a long time until I realized this. You see, who we are connecting with, people, there is always somebody for somebody else. So you are valuable, and whatever you say makes a difference. I started to place value on my words to realize, actually, I've got a lot of people diving deep. But when I first started, I didn't. Until I realized that the more self-love you have, the more you move into your true authenticity. The more you move into your heart space. Okay? Now let's talk about number 8. Highly negative people have a lack of expression many times. They're like, I've got to stay screw-faced. Because your mindset is, if I am too joyous, like, hey, then people aren't going to take me seriously. But more so, you've been hurt so much in the past, you have believed that holding on to a grudge is going to serve you more than letting go. So now you go through life overthinking. Overthinking will destroy your mood. You got to breathe, and let go and get butt naked, and then you'll be fine. Right? So we actually believe that we can't express any positive emotion. Many times we have been conditioned by our past to say that if I am joyous, it means that I'm going to lose any justification for holding on to a behavior which is not serving me. That's why a lot of people don't stare at you with a smile. No, they stare at you with a frown, right? And if they were to smile at you, then it would mean that they would have to go on holiday now. So, can you see where this is going? Highly negative people many times don't express emotions because they are using a lack of emotion, being desensitized to justify their behavior, to remain in the position they are, to remain a victim, to remain someone who has a lot of excuses and is not moving forward in their life. So, what helped me along my journey was to say, screw that. I'm going to express any emotion I want. I can be sad, I can be happy. But more so, authenticity is the balance. It is the equilibrium. It is when you naturally find your flow, your rhythm, and your harmony. Now let's talk about number 9. The secret trap highly negative people fall into. The 9th secret trap. Highly negative people say, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. When you say I've seen it all, you lose the taste of life. Now life becomes very boring and dull. Many people, they watch so much fear-based media, they say, oh, I've seen it all about the world. So even if you were to meet an amazing person, you say, well, I know them already. If you travel to another country, you say, well, I watched a documentary about Brazil. It must be like that. Until you actually go there, you drink some acai, you would never know, right? So your mind becomes cloudy and highly negative when you think you have seen it all. Because when you say, I've seen it all, you often assume that you've done it all. And I've realized along my journey, what helped me move out of that highly negative mindset was to say, actually, I haven't seen it all. Therefore, I haven't done it all. And there is so much more life to live, baby. So I went to Turkey. I went to Brazil. I've been to every single continent except one. Okay? Only because I've realized that to move out of that highly negative mindset, I got to do what the great psychologist Carl Rogers said, when you got to be open to new experiences, what he called the fully functioning human being, or what I call the wizard. So to move out of that highly negative mindset, you got to be open to new experiences. And let's talk about number 10. Highly negative people. Whoops, you just fallen into that trap. And that is that you think you know it all. When you think you know it all, you stop learning. I realized that for me, I'm always hungry to learn more. That's why I'm always growing, because I don't even feel I'm 1% of my true potential yet. Slow motion this side. Not even 0.5%. Not even 0.5%, baby. There is so much more to become. So if you say, let's say you jump out of bed and say, oh, I know everything because I've read this, I've read that. Then once again, you now miss out on opportunities to learn more, to evolve more, and then you stagnate, and then your health deteriorates, right? So for me, what's kept me healthy, energetic, and glowing is to always realize that I'm still like unaware of so many things in the world. I'm still like a child at heart. I want to learn more. I got a curiosity buzz, like I want to know everything. And that's what keeps me alive, baby. And then I just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Have a beautiful day. We're just out here. It's a gorgeous day. Enjoy it. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. It's always a choice. It's always a choice. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters. Diving deep. Once again, stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You.